So the big picture for this lesson is appreciation and depreciation. We're talking about the value of assets. An asset is something that has some type of monetary value to it. And most things that you would buy could be considered assets, like houses, cars, even a phone could be considered an asset, just something that has some type of cash value to it. So the value of those assets changes over time. And you can have appreciation, that means the value increases over time, and depreciation. That means the value decreases over time. And depending on what you buy, you can expect appreciation over time or depreciation over time. What appreciates over time? Real estate, maybe stocks or bonds, maybe collectibles, things that depreciate over time typically, cars, trucks, pretty much anything that's motorized like a jet ski. Basically, it's something where you buy it brand new and then over time the value diminishes. And you can mathematically calculate appreciation or depreciation. It's based on exponential growth or decay. For appreciation, there's a growth factor, and for depreciation, there's a decay factor. So if you're talking about annual appreciation, there's a formula for that. Where P is the initial value or the principal amount, R is the rate of appreciation, and N is the number of years you're compounding. And if you're annually depreciating, it's the same thing, except you're subtracting the rate. The rate is going to be of decay. So this is appreciation, and this is depreciation. So in the lesson, there's an example of a car, and here's the graph for it. The car depreciates 15% per year, so the decay factor is 0.85. And you can see what happens over time. It starts at 20,000, then after 2 years, the value is 14,400. In 5 years, it's 8,800. And the decay starts to slow over time. In other words, the decrease in value is greatest in the beginning. So the older a car is, typically the less value it loses from year to year. This is an example of a depreciating asset. An appreciating asset would have exponential growth instead of decay. So there'd be a greater increase as time went by. So you can use the formulas to calculate appreciation or depreciation either monthly or annually. And here's an example for the car. You can find the value in 2 years and 5 years by using that formula for exponential decay. The initial amount is $20,000, and the decay factor is 0.85, and the T, the input's the number of years. So if you have 0 years, then the value is $20,000, but then for each year you repeatedly multiply by 0.85 and the value decreases. So after 2 years you get 14,400, and after 5 years, 8,800. So that's appreciation and depreciation. That's the big picture.